out west they play in the sea, but they got burning hills and homes out of reach. A doctor needs a patient to treat. Scripts from the poppy flower follow up on the streets. Judicial branches fall from the tree. High courts low bald, severed roots beneath. Communicate their mind as they see, entangled and misinformed, the web of entropy. Feeling like a bandage, fixing up some scrambled eggs. Most of what they hold is dread. Jesus took their souls and left. I can smell the bad breath. Propaganda bullshit, reaching out to conquer them. Conspiracy kill with no regret. And their new religion, operant conditioning. Open up your mind, they land. Fill it up with fear content. On a rampage half cooked, poster and on TikTok. Viral then becomes the hate. Fiber optics hold our fate.
What's going on? We had a stream last night, I will tell you. It was wild yesterday. We had a wild time. It was wild. I'm going to try to get some drums in today. And then after the drums, we will... I forgot to set up. Happy coffee. Huh? Nice coffee. Wait, I should change my... Let me restart the stream. Let's see. All platforms, chatting like a freak. Oh, you know what? Let's keep it. Song release, all platforms. Yeah, we released a song yesterday, so might as well keep talking about it today. The song you're hearing right now is Space Time, but let me show you the song we just released, because it is definitely a song. Here, this song is good, but let's get to the new one, the new piece. So this is a song we just released yesterday, and we're continuing the album, song release. Oh, can I bring my glass? Thank goodness. It's like my eyes just don't work without these sometimes. I'm getting, the good old age is creeping up on me. But yes, I wanted to get a little started ahead of time, a little later today than normal. Usually Saturdays, I'm usually it's infectious. I should update the stream time to like whenever. Because I just don't. Those Saturday morning sleep-ins when you don't get enough sleep during the week and you got kids, and then the only way you wake up is them jumping in to your bed and waking you up. And they bring all their stuffed animals with them, and then you're like, all right, let's just close our eyes and sleep for like 5 more minutes, and they're like, and I'm like, okay, 5 minutes, I guess didn't work. I guess I'm up, and then the curtains open, and the sunlight shines in, and yeah. That good old California sunlight. I don't have any bags under my eyes. I guess I got a good amount of sleep last night. I ended up, I don't remember. I think I not passed out, like I had like three L's yesterday, and I think I ended up watching like the last episode of Succession, and I ended up falling asleep to it. I didn't finish it. Again, this happens all the time. Maybe the show's just kind of boring now, and I'm over it. You know, could be just over the show. Could be over it. I got my fill of capitalism and how ruthless it could be. So yeah. Anyways, we're here, and today I really wanted to. I love Saturdays for many reasons, because one, Saturday. What's not to like about Saturday? But the other reason I have is because I like to play drums on Saturday morning, and I wanted to write. Ooh, what's going on? Have my morning news. Okay, yeah, I like to get a little morning news in as well on the audio while I'm showering or something, and it's cool. I like to listen to, what's going on. Instead, reading is not too easy to do when you're in a shower, so you just put on the audio, boom, get it played to you. That's a good look at that. You can see how good this coffee is just by looking. You almost spilled it on me too, but you can see how good it is just by looking at it, right? Got my Made West shirt. Yummy, bruh. What's up? Dude, last night was off the chain. I think last night was my most busy traffic yet. We got raided yesterday. Got raided. Isn't that crazy? Got raided. I was actually expecting to, though. I just was in a good, I was feeling it. I don't know if there's any connection with your gut and you know, your vasovagus nerve and just that gut feeling. But I had the gut feeling yesterday that I was going to get raided. You know, good intuition, I would say. That's the better way of approaching that. Had some good intuition yesterday about streaming early. I streamed like about, I don't know, like a half hour early than my normal time, maybe even earlier. Maybe it was an hour. I think so. It was like an hour. Let's look and see. It was a 3-hour stream yesterday, and I just get so much out of those 3-hour streams. They really are. But I have this feeling that it could happen again today. We could have another raid. Which, let me test that out, by the way. It should be working. It should be working. Yeah. So once a raid comes in, I should be notified. And I think I didn't have it activated because I was on another site or something, or another scene, and the scene didn't have the activation enabled on that portion, I guess. So yeah, but other than that, let's go here. Oh, okay, we got some got some streams here. Let's see. Let's see here. So this is what we were supposed to see yesterday when we got raided. And it would have been so fun. Check this out. Here, check out. Oh, we'll listen to this song. I'll grab me my breakfast. I normally do the whole intermittent fasting. Oh, just simple. It's a simple breakfast this morning. Just avocado toast, guys. The quintessential Californian dish here. It's just this time no meat. Lemon zest up the yazoo. Love the lemon zest. Love it. Just gonna spread it a little bit more around. This lemon zest, though, honestly, this avocado toast right here. This is basically avocado, and underneath the avocado is a mushroom pate. And you know what I do? Why I make mushroom pate? Because you get all those mushrooms from Costco, and you don't know, they're gonna just go bad. So I cure it. It's basically sitting in the fridge, curing, because it's, you know, there's enough salt in there to keep it from going bad. And then, that is yum. That is yum. That is yum. Let me go real quick. Just tell them that this is so yum. Delicious. You. Avocado for leaving like that. I just needed to say thank you, because that is the yummiest. See, as you guys watch me eat this avocado toast. Mm. Mm. Okay, so yesterday, when we got raided, you were supposed to see this. Actually, wait, you're even... did that even play through? Let's see. Interesting. I wonder why you're not hearing it. Did I like not have it set up to be audible or something? So new to this stuff. Let's see. Let's just do a test. We got like a test follow. We know that works. Blah, blah, blah. We got 33 followers. I got to give a big shout out to those who are new followers. So let me just go over there, get that list set up. And how's everybody's Saturday morning going? That is so good. Avocado toast. This is avocado, mushroom pate, lemon zest, salt, pepper, avocado. So yum. So yum. Just like, usually I'll eat this later on in the day, but we have Cheddar and Fearless Moon. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Tanja Tekken Show. Thank you for the follow. And those are the three most recent we've got here. So we're now at 33. We're now at 33, which is amazing. I'm just wondering. What happens when I do that? Nothing. Okay. If you see me, that's fine and dandy. Only issue is you're not hearing it. Oh, which is kind of annoying. I probably have to add that. I think I do. Somehow, some way. Oh yeah, this bread is homemade too. I'm gonna suck these avocados off the plate. They're so good. Let's see what we got here. Nom, 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 nom. I don't know. We'll have to mess with that later. I know once I have... Oh. That could very well be a reason. Delicious. Delicioso. So yum. That's very interesting why Loopback, I have it set up. But let's see. Let's try one more. No. Okay. Whatever. I'm getting rated. Oh. Yeah, interesting that it's that it is not sending the audio from that. Let's see. Sound volume, blah, blah, blah. The sound is there. Twitch alert. I remember like the other day when I was doing this. Once I connected the alert, oh, control audio via OBS. There we go. Maybe there. There we go. Haha. Now it's happened. See, now you'll be able to hear it. Here we go. There we go. That was what we needed to do. I just overlooked one little, I'm just going to suck the avocado off this plate, guys. It's that good. You can't waste any of this stuff. Oh, I'm licking. It's not like a hypothetical here. It is not a figure of speech. I'm literally licking my plate clean. That's how it was good. How good it was. That's how it was good. Give me a break here. It's Saturday morning. My goodness. Yeah, so what the raid, basically, following alert. I don't need that, but when it comes to a raid, you know, follow alert's cool. But if I'm like recording and something, and that follow alert decides to chime in, I don't know if it's connected. It probably won't connect with the recording, but it may. So just to be safe. But for a raid, here, wait, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here real quick. Okay, cool. I can't read what it says, though. Suck it off. Morning, Lard and Sprout. Morning. We had a amazing last night. We had like up to 16 people in here. I mean, it's, you know, in the beginning of a stream. Hit the raid banner again. Okay. You want me to hit it? All right. Let me hit the raid banner again. It's quick, it's cool, it's Noah's Arcade. It's hip, it's cool, it's Noah's Arcade. Hopefully now if I get a raid, that's what you guys will see. Oh, raid alerts. Enable. Yeah, it's another problem. That's probably another reason why I didn't come in, huh? Enabled. Just looking over here right now. Raider minimum. A minimum of 1 or 2. What's it say? A minimum of 2 people. We'll start. It's layered over each other. I wonder how you mean. Oh, got it. That's probably because I pressed it twice. Let's see. Let's do that again. Oh, wow. It is layered over each other. Okay. Okay, let's do that. And I didn't realize. So it was like over, it was let's see what this does. Let's see what this does. Yeah, okay, and now I'll just say something. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, riders. I don't know if like putting too many exclamation. Yeah, you're right. I have it layered. So let's do a quick fix on that. And now it should be updated. Check this out. Overlapping a little bit, but unless there's some other way to fix that. Yeah, and then the duration of that. Let's see, minimum viewer count for recent events, blah, 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 blah. 8 seconds. Let's do 10 seconds. Or 12. Let's try it because the song was a little bit longer than the rest of the raid video. So. I'm just going crazy. Let's see how long. I think it's like 20. Let's just try 20 seconds. Let's see. Because I want to be ready the next time they come in. All right, let's see how long that stays. Let's do 15 seconds. 16 seconds, fine. Let's try it. There's me with my shirt and my shorts on, my crotch grabbing. All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's per, I want to say 14 seconds. And now we're good after that. It's about 14 seconds. One more test, since y'all love it. Yeah, that's fine. All right. I think I'm good with that. Let me just make this a alert box on my bookmark, so I don't have to search through Streamlabs to get that. Mouse battery very low. Sucks. When did that happen? All these little things happening, huh? Don't worry. We're gonna be playing Sheldon the Wonder Snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. I just want to get down with the drums today. You know? This coffee is so yummy. Oh my God. No. Oh my God. That is awesome. Oh my God. That is awesome. I need to save that photo. Thank you for saving that photo, Laggy Haggy, for that. If y'all can see it. No, you can't, but that's hilarious. Let's see what. Oh my God. That's amazing. Thank you for that. Oh my God. That's hilarious. I'm like on my phone, guys. Sorry. Yummy, bruh. So yeah, I'm telling you, yesterday, it's like I'm telling you, man, they got you by the dopamines, you know? They got you by the dopamines. Huge dopamine surge yesterday, okay? And, you know, um, I needed that. I really did. I mean, feeling good is good enough, right? That's a line from, by the way, the movie Platoon, when Elias and Tucker, he's like, I have no pain in my neck now. Feels good. Feeling's good. And then Elias is like, feeling's good. It's good enough. The worm is definitely churned for you, man. I love that movie. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, Platoon, by Oliver Stone. Apparently, it's about his experience there in Vietnam, because Oliver Stone was a veteran or a combat vet who fought in Vietnam. So I don't know how much of that story was his own, or like I read that it was like a compilation of, you know, different stories that happened in different units. So I was wondering, you know, well, what does that mean, to be honest? And if he's telling the truth, because I've heard he can fib sometimes. So he might have been telling a real story and just fibbing to protect the identities of those involved or something. I don't know. I'm just going to throw my mouse here on the charger, give it a little, I'm going to nuke it for a minute. Just nuke it. Duke Nukem. Remember that game? Duke Nukem? Let's get this plate out of here. That was so good, though. The avocado toast. Amazing. Really hit the spot. None of that. No ham. No. Usually I would put some ham on it, but today I decided to just go avocado, mushroom pate, bread, and my wife makes bread all the time. She makes like these quick loaves, actually. They're like boules, and she makes like 3 at a time, and, you know, puts them in the oven 3 at a time. By the way, I was thinking of getting a new oven or range or whatever, so I don't know. I'm getting over this gas oven that I have. I love it. It's a Blue Star. It's made in Pennsylvania, in a small town. I forgot what was the town in Pennsylvania that it was made in. I'm not too familiar. Maybe not Henderson, something like that though. But I've had it for a few years, like I think like almost 10 years now. Yeah, about 10 maybe. And I love it, but it's one of those open burners, so it's really difficult to clean. It's all cast iron. Thing is a beast. Okay, it's got 6 burners on it. One of them's like you can actually adjust the burners to get them modded to up to like 20,000 BTUs, which is pretty good. Get your water boiling real fast. The only issue I have with it is the cleaning, the upkeep, and the gas. It kind of like, when you're cooking, you got to keep the windows open because you can kind of smell the gas, like a little bit of the gas, you know. And I don't, you know, there's been some like reporting on that lately about, obviously they're coming after our ovens. They're actually about to outlaw leaf blowers. So cheers to that. I hate leaf blowers. I always thought, why are you blowing stuff onto somewhere else? Like, here's my problems. I'm just gonna blow them all over your area and make them your problem now. I was always like, what's going on with that? You know? Yeah, I had an electric leaf blower, but it was also the cool part about it was that it was a leaf sucker, so it would suck up stuff. And I like the sucking. Yeah, you can blow into piles for easy pickup, but you can also suck. Okay? And then you empty everything out into a compost pile. Boom. With the amount of leaves that landscapers could suck up, they can make their own compost, and nobody's going to bat an eye and say, oh, there's pesticides in that, because there's pesticides in everything, and trace amounts of pesticides in everything, even organic food. Like, I live right here in the farm area. Well, there's a lot of farms, and so we see the organic farms right next to the non-organic farms. And then, the organic farms, they got to maintain some separation from the non-organic farms. But you see, when on the non-organic farms, these motherfuckers are wearing like white fucking bodysuits, okay? They're wearing white bodysuits, and they are, from head to toe, they got face masks on, goggles, and they're like literally drenching before even planting it. The soil's just getting drenched with herbicide, which is gross. It's just like, wow, dude, big agra, man. They just fucking, it's just insane. I know you gotta, obviously, it's a lot of work to keep up when it comes to the labor. By the way, the labor is nothing, there's no shortage of labor, because you always see the migrant workers out there every single day, rain or shine, working their asses off. And sometimes it's hot, and they still got to wear like full clothes and sweaters and sweatshirts to protect themselves from the sun, because that's like the sweating is fine. It's like the sun beating down on you. That's why they always wear these layers of clothing. And you're like, wow, aren't they hot? And they probably are, but they'd rather be sweating and drinking water and hydrating than letting that sun hit them, and then boom, sunstroke or other things ensue, so cheers to them, for all their hard work and feeding us. While I'm talking here, I might as well set up. I'm gonna keep this set up here. The only difference is we're gonna unplug. I just don't want to. We had a good position yesterday with these microphones, these Royer 121s. Here, let me show you what a Royer 121 looks like, in case you don't know. But they're a very interesting looking microphone, because there's no, screen on top here. It's on the sides here. It's a figure 8 pattern. Now, Royer doesn't make, let's give it a little wipe down here to show you. It basically looks like a lightsaber for children. It's so small, but they don't make these at all. This was a Sweetwater special exclusive. Royer had them made. The 121s are, they're very common, but they're usually not this color. Usually I think they're like white, or like a kind of off-white. And they made these chrome-plated ones. And there was only so many in existence. And I snagged 2 of them before they stopped selling them. I don't think you can find these anymore. Look at that. Beautiful microphone. One of the best microphones ever made. My favorite microphone on acoustic guitar. My favorite microphone on an amp, or even the organs. I do the same setup with the organ as I do with the amp. I use a 57 in combination with the 121. If you guys are into recording, that's the creme. That's the industry standard combination, is pairing a 121 with a 57. Honestly, I know people like to toy with different methods and stuff, but for me, that's the only way I go. I really don't mess around any other way. You could put a U87 there. The thing about, the U87s, they're good microphones. A lot of people use them, but so the KM84s, that's my overheads over there on the drums. Those are KM84s. They're like little mini U87s, okay? But the U87, the Neumann U87, I've had some applications for it. I know that some people love them and they work well with their voice, but for me, the U87 is definitely not my go-to microphone. It's just, I'm in love with ribbon microphones. I just love the way ribbons sound. And so I default to the ribbon microphones because they're high SPL, believe it or not. They're really easy to fix if they do break. Like, there's this misconception that ribbons are really delicate. They are. Actually, the ribbon itself is just a really thin piece of like special foil. I think it comes from the manufacturer for the AEAs and the Royers. I think the manufacturer is actually in Italy. And it's just a very thin membrane of this foil-like material. And that's it. That's the ribbon. And I've seen them build these microphones over at AEA in Pasadena. They'll let you come in there, especially if you're, if you've bought one of their flagship microphones, the AEA 440. If you bought that, you're allowed in, and you're allowed to borrow a microphone. So I borrowed microphones from them to test out, like the R88, which I don't own yet. That is my favorite microphone of all time. The AEA R88. It's my favorite microphone, and I don't even own it. That's the sad thing. I love that microphone. I love it. Like, if you want an overhead for your drums, it's just one big microphone. It's actually two microphones in one. So it's a stereo microphone, and it is in what's called a Blumline pattern. And there's a microphone right back there. My room mics, if you look all the way back there, you see them by the guitar against the wall. They're actually set up in a Blumline figure 8 pattern. Figure 8 on the 414s kind of mimics what a ribbon would sound like. The 414s are really, really good microphones, and they have that kind of that ribbon-like qualities, even though they're, not ribbon mics. They're condensers, but they're just a really good, like, I want to say colorized, but they add like a nice bout of color. Oh, man. Cold soda water. Cold soda water followed by hot coffee. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. But let me show you what I'm talking about here. We have to undo what we did yesterday. And so when it comes to the ribbon microphones, if you are looking over here, I usually have them all the way up on the gain when I'm recording an acoustic guitar. So my input gain is just all the way up. If it was this preamp right here, the Focusrite ISA 428, I would not use the ribbon mic on, even though this preamp was made for ribbon microphones and low impedance microphones like the SM7. The SM7 is great on this preamp. This is my go-to. Even though the SM7 is going to sound amazing on the Burl, I generally default the SM7 to the Focusrite preamp because I feel like it was really designed for that preamp, or that preamp was designed for the SM7. And the SM7 sounds great on both of these, and we can do a day where we test out both of them. I have my SM7 over there. As you can see, it wasn't really my go-to microphone until I started streaming. I really never pulled out the SM7 that often. I actually had more luck singing on an SM58. I love the 58 on my voice. It's not as quiet as the SM7, and every single preamp here an SM58 is going to work well with. So that's why I should start doing a little bit more 58. And look at this thing. It's a tank, I mean, this thing's been dropped You know, been places. Somebody smuggled it in their asshole from jail at one point. So this thing is great. You know, it still works. What was that guy? Action Bronson. He's like the wine sludge. What was it called? I forgot. But he was like, yes, in order to get this, somebody had to wrap it up in cellophane like 6 million times, stick it up the asshole, and then bring it to the United States. That's how I got it, you know? I was like, wow, okay. That made me want to eat what you're cooking. Actually, what was it? The Margareta Sagrantina or something like that. Margareta Sagrantina? Is that what it was? Something like that? Am I saying it right? If I'm not, it sounds beautiful anyway. And then I was like reading about this stuff. The Margareta Sagrantina, the wine sludge as they call it. The stuff at the bottom of the barrel, the sludge. And I was reading some pretty horrific things about it. Like, don't eat this stuff. It will cause gastrointestinal issues. You'll be back and forth to, it's wine sludge for a reason type of shit. They don't use it for a reason, so I guess it's popular in some cases, but it's a highly controversial condiment. But MSG's coming back, making a comeback. Hey, I have not hated on MSG. I remember my mom had a whole fucking container full of MSG sitting in the spice rack. I remember that shit, and it's great. So, I love MSG. It's making a comeback. So I was reading a little thing about this, about salt, regular salt, how our diets are I use salt, I cure a lot, but I don't eat processed foods that often, so I guess processed foods have way more salt somehow embedded in their yumminess. Come on. Come on, man. Who's not going to like processed foods? It's an every once in a while thing, But yeah, Americans, we consume a bit too much salt. But let's start using MSG. Why not? Why not? It's umami, and it's less sodium. It's only one, and then rather than two sodium molecules. There's a disodium, right? Chloride, and then sodium chloride, right? Or is it disodium chloride, or is it just sodium chloride? And then there's monosodium glutamate. Yeah, I know. Getting all sciencey here. So while we're doing that, why don't we just play some music while we're trying to figure this all out? All right. So we'll play some of my music right now as I'm setting up. Shouldn't take me too long. For drums, I'll generally want. So I've got my preamps all the way up here right now for my drums. So I'm just gonna definitely lower them down. Okay, and raise up the trim. It's infectious. Okay, and with my overheads on my drums, I don't like a lot of high gain on the overheads. I really like to keep it minimal. I don't have a room mic set up for the drums currently because sometimes too much just makes it a lot more difficult, you know what I mean? So I'd rather less is more, and that's even something we were taught in the military, back in those days when I was young, dumb, and full of rum. I remember them always saying less is more, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You're as fast as the slowest Marine. So even though we're like super fast runners, there might be one person that's not super fast, and you're as fast as the slowest Marine. You know? That's the whole, our unit mentality, our togetherness, I guess. So this is number 9 and that's a 50 foot. That's pretty aware of that. So let's see here. Just looking through my barrage of cables here. This is number 50. This is 50. That is going to be, when you're looking at it, it's going to be my right side. So this will be on the right. And then that'll be 19. So we'll just set that down for now. Let's actually do some cable management here. Cable guy. Cable guy. So yeah, guys, this is me in the studio. This is what we do. This is my day-to-day routining. You know, like I like to be in here and write music and test different microphones out at some point. But I'll tell you what, that'll be a request. Once we start getting a lot more people in on the stream, I would definitely want to toy with different ideas, and we'll have like different, if you want to hear me record this song with this microphone, you got to subscribe or whatever, you know. That's going to be my model. I want to make this as interactive as I can, and letting you guys, you know, decide sometimes what to hear and what sounds good, and we'll work on stuff together, you know. Together forever. But working on stuff, that would be a cool little experience for some of you guys who want to hear what this microphone sounds like. And you know, it's not like I'm selling you a bill of goods or anything. I'm not endorsed by any one of these companies. Although, if I were to choose who I'd want to endorse me, it would definitely be Burl Audio. Burl Audio and AEA microphones. That would be my two favorite companies when it comes to audio. And then I think Universal Audio. Burl used to actually, the founder of Burl actually used to work for Universal Audio. He was one of their engineers, and he developed this groundbreaking A to D, D to A converter. And the converters were called the UA 2192. It was a 192 kilohertz, the first of its kind at the time, mastering grade converter. And so Burl is this company who makes the best A to D, D to A converters on the market, I would argue, ever. There might be some guy who built their own. I'm certain somebody might have built their own, wound their own transformers and built their own A to D converters. But up to date, I don't know anybody who has. Rich Williams is the only one I know. The only person who really went through a staking process, thousands of hours of listening, and is a Neve aficionado. This guy, you know, loves Neve so much that he emulated. It is basically emulation in a way. So you know, he developed this gear which made my life as a recording artist, as a musician, so much easier. And you can tell the difference, guys. I mean, listen to the stream, listen to the music when I'm not screwing up and leaving my radio mic on while I'm doing the recordings and stuff. Everything in here sounds really good. And I go back on my stream, I'm like, man, this does not sound like it's being done in the box at all. It doesn't sound like it's in the, it sounds so live and so much soul power going on in the songs that I'm writing. And you can tell the difference for sure. And I think a lot of people may want to know, whoa, what's this guy got under their hood? And I'm not holding back. I'll tell you my secrets, because I don't like to keep secrets like this when it comes to sharing my ideas. Even like cooking. Even cooking, I won't share. I will share recipes. You know what I mean? I won't be like, oh no, it's a secret recipe. Bullshit. Secret recipe, schmeek it recipe. You know what I mean? Who cares? Stop trying to be like privatizing your. People like, oh, this recipe is a secret, and it's copywritten. Blah blah blah. It's like, dude, food is plagiarism. Half of the stuff I've made, even ingredients wise, I got the ideas from other chefs, more than half. In fact, one of the restaurants I used to work at back when I was younger, I remember they gave me their recipe book, and I would just write down their recipes. Straight up plagiarism, right? And I still have that little book, because you have to have your little recipe book. Every chef has to have their little. It's like this little black book. You write your recipes down. Every chef who works in a high-end kitchen would have that book in their back pocket, ready to pull out. So they would copy down the recipes in the main recipe book, and I'd take those recipes home and try them out myself. Like lemon curd, like all sorts of cool stuff. I'm not going to tell you the company, because then that's messed up. Well, who cares? But it's not like they're the best. I mean, their food was good. Kind of elitist though, a little on the elitist side, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it was a little too artsy fartsy for me. Plus, I think I ended up getting fired. So fired for getting mad, not getting mad. For this guy was like a total psychopath anyway. So he's in jail now. But yeah, not nothing to laugh about. Not a laughing matter. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just measuring, as you can see here. Ooh, you see the little laser pointing at you? Bam. Boom. Straight up photons of red light, slow wave light, right? All right, so when I'm measuring what I'm doing right here is I use this little Bosch measuring device right here. If you're running a studio and you are using measuring tape, making life so much harder on yourself, get yourself one of these. It's a laser measurer. It's extremely useful. My friend actually, who's an acoustical engineer, gave this to me. He's like, here, I have, here you go. I was like, you don't want this back? He's like, no, I got like 12. I was like, okay, thank you. And he helped me actually set up this room. He helped me do the measurements. He actually had, brought his equipment. Some of this stuff was like some of the devices were like 14 grand. Just, you can't find them anywhere for cheap. And they're specifically designed to measure the room and stuff. So I have had this room professionally measured, like with calibration and stuff. And then I use SonarWorks Reference 4 to calibrate my speakers. But as far as the acoustical measurements and where everything was placed and stuff like that, I didn't do that just by eyes. I actually had to measure everything out and get just to determine what the best placement of these panels, where they should be. And they're somewhere between the middle of the room, but not so much. They're a little bit higher than the middle, these ones. And then the ones behind my speakers, my monitors, which are over here, you can't see them, they're a little bit lower. But these panels, I made them at Home Depot. You buy this rock wool, then you go to Joann's Fabric, or if you live in LA, you can go to the Garment District. There's all that fabric you can get in LA for way cheaper than Joann's would sell. And it's actually higher quality fabric over there at the Garment District. Is it the Garment District, am I right? But yeah, you can buy rugs over there for super on the cheap. I mean, talk about the best place to buy fabric. So a lot of this fabric we bought the whole roll, the whole roll. Like for the black fabric, I bought pretty much almost the whole roll of fabric, and red fabric and all sorts of stuff. And I stuffed it with that rock wool. Used the cheap common board at Home Depot to frame it. It's and a couple wood screws. Boom, you're it. That's it. If you have a skill saw, that's all you need. A skill saw, a drill, or a screw to screw into to screw in the screws, a drill to screw in the screws. Duh. Some Roxol, which is about $40 a bag, and one bag comes with enough for, I would say, 4 panels or so, because each panel is the Roxol's about the size of them are 16 inches, because they're made for 16-inch on center framing. If you guys know what that is, one of your framing walls. Well, I had to learn how to do all that because I built the ceilings, we built the walls here, I built these rooms where the guitars are. I built all this. All this that you see here is all built by moi. And these walls I put up. The worst part of this the whole project, was drywall. I hate drywall. I hate it. I really do. I didn't sand it. It's not about the drywall. The drywall's easy. Like cutting, that's fine. It's the taping part. The taping part is so it's just drywall and paint. I'm not a big fan of painting. And I had to put these, it was especially like painting the color black on fresh drywall. You got to put in a few coats, because fresh drywall just soaks up all that paint. And I was using like good quality paint. I think like Benjamin Moore or the Behr Marquee. And the paint actually does have sound. It has qualities on the sound. Same with the floor. We had to paint the floor. This is all concrete. The floor. We need to paint that. The concrete adds something to the sound. I could very well put a wooden floor in here, but for the sake of budgets, I just painted the floor and then threw some rugs on it. And that was the floor was done with floor paint, obviously, and you throw a little sand in there so the floor paint's not like slippery. So yeah, it's kind of grippy to some extent. But yeah, I put rugs everywhere here, and so the rugs. It's funny, in a recording studio you have like all these different kinds of rugs, set up. But aside of that, okay, let's get back to the drums. So we have the drums set up. We've got our overhead set up. The technique I use for the overheads it's a Glenn Johns method. It's where one microphone is facing, basically the microphone over the ride is facing this way, while the other microphone is facing, and this is over the snare, or it could be over the cymbals on the left, on the other side. It could be centered between the cymbals and the snare, and the measurements from this microphone to the snare have to be equal to the measurements from this microphone to the snare. And I have that as 3 feet 11 inches. That's my magic number. But this microphone kind of covers the ride and all the toms, and it gets the hi-hat from another angle and the snare. And this microphone is just, vertically placed, and it's covering the hi-hat and the crash and the toms on that side and the snare. I have mine directly over the snare because I don't want too much hi-hat. As you can hear, I don't really like hi-hat microphones. If I do, I have a microphone that I generally go to. It's an AKG, I'm forgetting the name, but it's a discontinued AKG, but it has a an updated capsule on it. So what is the 460? Is it the 460? It might be called the AKG 460 Bravo, if I'm not mistaken. So if I'm mistaken, oh well, but I think it's the AKG 460 Bravo. Very old microphones. They don't make them anymore. They're from the 80s. And the first rendition of those microphones were terrible. They just broke. The sound would break up on the high end way too soon, and it was just a terrible capsule. So they updated it where you can buy another capsule, or they started selling them with the newer capsules, which were far better than the first. So I have the newer version of that microphone, even though it's discontinued. I have the new version of those capsules, and it sounds really good on hi-hats, and it sounds actually really good on a lot of things. On snare drum, has a high SPL. I use it sometimes, like when I'm double miking my snare, I'll use that alongside a 57. I don't do it anymore because I just want to simplify my life. I just keep the drums at 4 to 5 microphones total, because the microphone that's really picking up everything is this AEA A440. This is my room microphone when it comes to the drums. And right now we can just kind of, this is basically not going to be on any other mic stand other than this Latch Lake mic stand, which, okay, it's a, expensive mic stand, guys. It's, $400 mic stand. But if you're buying a microphone like that, which is about 5 pounds, it's a heavy microphone. So any sudden movement, or you trip or something, that stand is going down. I don't care if it's one of those Ultimate stands, which I have over there, those Ultimate stands with the big bass. Those stands suck, guys. They really do. They are cheap. It's an aluminum alloy. I don't know what else they mix with it, with the aluminum, but like, I've literally broken, like, the only thing holding that microphone is its brace, right? That brace can break instantly, and it has before with me. And I've had to get a new replacement. They replaced the mic stand. They took it back to, what was it? I think I bought it at Guitar Center because it was, right down the street. So I bought it there, and then, like, literally within months it broke. And it's not like the whole stand broke. The stand and the booms, those were fine. It's the mechanism that's churning. So that mechanism that locks the stand in place just cracked. It cracked. And it was like an aluminum alloy. It was a very cheaply made mic stand. And I was too scared to put, I tried it before putting the ribbon on there, and it's just not worth it. So I looked into getting the Latch Lake, which is an amazing company. I mean, I can have this ribbon here forever and it won't fall. And even I can move it around, and the bass is it's just a beast. The whole mic is made out of straight up steel, the stand, There's no cheap components on this microphone stand at all. It's made with the highest quality care possible. Latch Lake is the company, so if you guys are ever looking into buying a good mic stand, I would argue even using that thing if you had a U87 as well. Like an expensive microphone and you want to hang it upside down and you don't want to have to worry about it, I would go with that. Obviously I can only afford one. I only need one because I use the Ultimate stands for my overheads. It's not that they're bad mic stands. I just use them for cheaper not even cheaper. I use them for lighter microphones, like the KM84s right over there. They are perfect. The stands aren't going to break. There's not a lot of tension on the rods there, so it's good, on the booms. So it's good for those reasons. But I'll tell you, if I'm going to use a mic stand for a ribbon, especially a heavy, expensive ribbon, there's no way in hell I'm going to use anything else other than that, you got to take care of your gear, and that's what it's all about. I take good care of my gear. they're family. They're basically family, you know? You can't mess around with that stuff. And taking good care of your gear is really paramount. Yeah, so anyways, we've got the drums set up. I'm going to take a quick... I got to go pee. Definitely got to go pee. But we got the drum set up. And I'm pretty sure the overheads, if I'm looking at them properly. Oh yeah, no Uggs, guys. No Uggs today. I'm just letting my feet air out, you know? I'm going to try playing these drums with bare feet. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it all down.
By the way, if you haven't given me a follow yet, we are trying to get to 50. If you like what you see here, or if you want to pity me, go ahead and follow. I don't do follow for follows. I'm trying to stay away from that because, you know, I'm going to follow somebody, one who's putting out lots of content just like me. We're in the same realm and you get to know each other and stuff like that. And if you like what you see here, and you want to follow me because you genuinely like what you see here and you want to learn more, that's awesome. But sometimes I'll get like, hey, I'll follow you if you follow me. That's just one. It's not like I just personally speaking, it's not the way I work. I'm not like a quid pro quo. I do quid pro quo in many respects, but if somebody's just going to come into the chat and follow for follow, just be blatant about it, that's probably not a really good approach, you know. Which, you know, I argue, let's get to know each other first, type of thing. You know what I mean? And we're all serious. It's all serious here. It's about music production. That's what we're doing here. Studio time, Saturday morning. Want to get on these drums. If you're hearing this song, this is my favorite song that I've written so far. It's called American Made. It's got a lot of nodes of Radiohead and Muse and, you know? Yeah. See, well, that Radiohead, what I'm talking about, where it's right here. Paranoid Android kind of, and then I'm off of it. Even in the song Spacetime I wrote, I paid a little homage to Sublime, where he's like, summertime in the limousine. Yeah. Me and the breeze. Spacetime, me and the breeze. This is where I lose it. I go crazy here. I'm on stage and I'm throwing stuff. I'm breaking guitar amps. Stuff like that. I think we got the mouse charged up enough, but we'll keep it going, and we might as well charge the keyboard. All right. Let's get that going. Okay, so we've got the drum set up. I don't know if... So 1 and 2 are generally... Those are good. 3 and 4, that's where my... Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's test this out. And if we don't like it, we're going to have to come back here. This is why AI would come in, like a robot in the room. You're like, robot, can you turn the dial up 1 click, blah, 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 you know, and the robot would be like, yes, I shall. And it goes in there and it does its thing. That's what I need. I need a robot in this room, so when I'm sitting at the drums, I can tell my robot to mess with the preamps and change the dials and stuff like that. By the way, if you guys are new to the stream, you're just coming in, go ahead and give me a follow if you like what you see here. and like what we're doing right now, we're playing some music from my Spotify. This song you're hearing is called Buckingham, and I might as well, hey, here we go. Here, I got an idea. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, but as I'm going to the bathroom, I will share with you a music video that I made, and this is the music video is this song. So let's show you what let's show you what the music video looks like. Just pause it, mute it. Okay. Make it bigger. There we go. And all right, so let's show you guys while I'm going to the bathroom here. I might as well share this with you. Let's see if it, first of all, if you can hear it, and make sure that you can hear it. Okay, we got it. All right, so this is a song called Buckingham, and here's the music video that I wrote. Okay, this music video was done all on my cell phone. Very, very low budget, no budget, actually, no budget, no budget. And so while I take a leak, you get to see this video, and hopefully it doesn't go into other stuff, but I'll try to be back. What's next? The next is how to start using the chord track with Studio One. Okay. All right, so here's the video right here. This is called Buckingham by Of the Willow Tree. It is my one and only music video, and we'll be making more music videos, but while I use the restroom real quick, I might as well give it a share. Here we go. Here we go.
Buckingham searched his entire life for the wicked man inside, carrying along his weary of the land. He turned the soil into sand of the land, from green to orange, black and tan. Desert like the surface of the moon, under the mass of ocean lays the ruin. Buckingham was a spy towards the world. He turned the soil into sand
All right, we're back in it. We're back in it. That was Buckingham by Of the Willow Tree. That was my first music video that I've ever made. And right before we got into that next video, which was like a tutorial on how to do chord tracks on Studio One. Studio One has so many cool features, especially if you're like me and you're not particularly well versed with your chords and your, things like that. I'm just a songwriter. So that's what I am. I'm a songwriter. I listen to things. I'm good at arranging things and putting in together and big pictures, looking at things and seeing it all come together from afar and like having a vision and completing the vision. That's my strength. It's the goals, the behavior, all those things. And so that music video, I wrote it first. We wrote that song during the pandemic. And believe it or not, when we were all on lockdown, we were drinking. Many of us were just fucking drinking. So I think even during that music video, I was a little tipsy. But it was so easy to do. It was like I had this music app or this just any kind of camera, right? Use your phone camera and you film yourself. I film myself on one of my sound panels that are black and just had a light on my face just to basically illuminate only my face. I was wearing all black, had this blue shirt, just kind of looked in my closet, what works type of thing. I had this cool like poor boy cap. That's what they at least used to call them. And I was like, all right, I look like a priest, but I also look like Guy Fawkes as well. So from V for Vendetta or whatever you call that movie. So yeah, whatever. But that got the Buckingham song has some political undertones for sure. And it was totally worth doing that video. It was fun. So I'm gonna like when I start doing more music videos, I have like ideas like there's a song called South to North that I wrote. And that song is really based off of a lot of things, but I want to film it like basically just me doing the dishes and singing while I'm doing the dishes. South to North. It's a good song, huh? Hey, by the way, guys, if you have an Instagram, a TikTok, whatever, Facebook, you can use my music for your clips, okay? All you have to do is search. It's available on all platforms. So if you're going to do a clip and you want to put some instrumental stuff or even some of the stuff that I'm singing in, go ahead. I give you permission. It's already out there, so you don't need my permission to use it for your clips. It really helps spread the word about what I'm doing. It really helps get the word out in terms of my music. So I really would appreciate if you were to not use some mainstream musician stuff and, what's popular, I guess. I get it. I get it. But if you can, and if you want, my music's also there. Like, for example, you want to, like, show the process of pouring coffee or an alcoholic beverage and you're doing it in slow-mo. There's a lot of good sounds I have on my Spotify and others that you can link into your clips, your TikTok clips, your Instagram reels, whatever. You can use what I have. It's out there for you to use. So that would be awesome if any of you did post. That would be awesome. That would be much appreciated. But I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying that you can. Okay? There's a difference. I don't want to force you to do something that you don't want to do. If you don't want to use my music, fine. But still, we're good. We're good. Okay? We're good. It's okay. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know. And into my own head. Let's see. Do I want to? Let's see. Sheldon the Wonder Snell. 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 Sheldon the W Let's listen to Sheldon the Wonder Snail real quick and see if Sheldon the Wonder Snail is going to work out. Snail, he's such a wonder snail. Do 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 do. Sheldon, the wonder snail, he's such a wonder snail. Oh, Mr. Sheldon's always on the go. Oh 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 oh, Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, Mr. Sheldon's always on the go. Yeah. Mr. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, Mr. Sheldon's always on the go. Oh, yeah, Mr. Sheldon. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail, oh no. Mr. Sheldon's always on the go. That's the keys area. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail, oh no. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. There we go. A little showing of what else we got going on over here. Mr. Sheldon. Let's see what's that. I wanted to do like a. Let's see if that even works with this song. So right now we gotta. And I'll put the click track on my ears. That way you don't have to hear the click. It can get quite annoying after a certain time. So, but this is the cool song. I've never done a song like this, and I really want to do a song like this. Like, I'm a genre hopper, guys. And if I don't know how to play something, I'm gonna learn it, okay? We're gonna live learn together. But let's get the headphones over here. Now, I when I'm multi-tracking, for example, like a band, and I got to give them 7 or 6 headphones, because I have the PreSonus HP60. It's not digital. It's an analog headphone amplifier, and there's the Art makes one, and this is, I think Behringer does the Power Play, which is also cool little thing if you had like a Behringer setup and you want to use that setup for the preamps or whatever for the headphone amplifiers. That is doable, but I use the PreSonus HP60. I have it wired into my walls, and the wall panels are sending the headphone mixes out. What I got to do to make that happen is I use this. I have 16 outputs on my Burl, right, on my preamps. So I use outputs 1 and 2 are obviously my mains, right? So 3 through 14, because headphones are stereo. Remember, you can listen to things in mono. You can get a mono mix. The mono mix would work for a bass guitarist or a vocalist, but then they want to hear everything else. So a mono mix doesn't necessarily mean a good thing. So you give them a stereo mix. That takes up 2 outputs. So outputs 3 and 4 are, for example, HP60 headphone amplifier, HP61, right? And there's 6 of them, so it goes all the way up to 14. So outputs 3 through 14 when I'm live tracking, especially a band, and we got everybody in here all at once, and everybody's wearing headphones. And you know, one of these days we're going to get one of my favorite bands here. There's some friends of mine that I've known for a very, 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 very long time. We don't just let anybody in here. I've learned my lesson from that. You start letting people in your studio, then they want to come back all the time and freebie central, and it's like, um, yeah, oh, like, I get it. I get it. People, I like collaborating, and I want to do much of my collaborations remotely through Audio Movers and through Discord. So if you want to collaborate or just wait for me to say, I want to collaborate, because that's how I generally work. I'll be like, I like what you're doing. Let's collaborate. And in this case, it's not the other way around. It's basically me inviting somebody to collaborate, in which I want to do that. I think it would be awesome to have a collaboration with many of these live streamers out here and put something out. And we have a platform on Spotify, all platforms. We have a DistroKid just for that reason, in case a collaboration comes along, and I'm like, hey, I want to collaborate with you. Let's do something. So that's, by the way, I did fix my Stream Deck. It was just a matter of going in and deleting old scenes, which was weird. I guess there was a duplication of effort, so it messed with it just, every time I would click anywhere on the screen, it would default to this camera. And I felt like that was kind of weird. I gotta fix that. And I was gonna just redo everything. And now I was like, no, I don't want to have to do that. And I ended up figuring out how to do it without having to delete my old scenes and stuff like that. So I'm now back to normal with that. And hopefully if we get a raid in today, which is, let's see. Oh, it's quite possible. Quite possible today. Yeah, it could be possible. We could get a raid today. We have one streamer who I really like. She's probably coming to a close soon. She's been on all morning. Maybe she's going to be on all day. I don't know. But hopefully she sees somebody like me doing stuff, and that's why I probably should start playing music. How can I tell? It's just intuition. Like yesterday, just positioning yourself at the right time. I really don't have an answer, but I'm looking at these people that are streaming right now, and I'm like, well, they're probably going to be closing their stream. They've been on all morning, and they do similar stuff, and so they're probably looking for somebody doing music as well when they want to get done, when they want to finish. So I'm figuring, okay, well, hopefully I'm in a good position to be rated. It worked yesterday, but yesterday was kind of a freak of nature. Because first of all, I would assume the rating strategizing to be raid would be easier in the morning, because there's so many more people streaming in the morning than there are in the evening. In the morning than in the evening. In the evening, you get a lot of your DJs and more of your night music, sometimes even more chill stuff. And so Sunday morning as well is like more chill. But Saturday morning, or just morning Monday through Friday, I've noticed a lot of the singer-songwriters are live streaming in the morning or in the afternoons. So afternoons are kind of out of the question currently. Mornings are going to be coming up probably in the fall. We'll start doing morning streams, maybe a couple hours here and there, and then maybe just experimenting with different times and getting ourselves to 50 as soon as possible. But we're creeping up there, slow and steady wins the race. And honestly, this isn't a race. This is just what life is. It's me in my studio. That's it. And if you like it, great, hang out. If you don't like it, move on. MoveOn.org. It's okay. I'm not going to be offended. You know what I mean? But the quid pro quo, the likes and the follow for follows, don't want to get into that, because I want it to be authentic. I want you to really like what you see here. I want it to be authentic. Is there a coffee? Let's see. I think I left my coffee. I did. No, I didn't. Oh, where's my coffee? Let's see. Let me get my coffee real quick. Is there coffee? Blah, 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 blah. Got my coffee here. We're good. I need it. I need it. Even though it's making me urinate a lot frequently, I need it. Okay, so yeah, how can I tell? That's my answer for you, Laggy Haggy. I can't. It's just intuition. It's just a gut feeling. Hopefully, and if this streamer does raid me, holy shit, they're gonna be raiding me with a lot of people. So the likelihood that I will get 50 if I get raided by this person or any big streamers, because this is a big streamer. And I'm always active in their chats too. I'm not trying to self-promote, but there's obviously a way of indirectly promoting yourself when the time comes, especially when you guys are talking about a certain topic and you just be like, oh yeah, I get that. I use that microphone too, blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, what kind of microphone do you have? Oh, and then it leads into that. And then just a foot in the door technique, classic marketing technique. Foot in the door, and then boom, you gotta, that's how I roll, and I've gotten a lot of follows just from that alone. I mean, not a lot compared to big streamers, but a lot in my own mind. So, and 2 is a lot. So here I am scratching my ass on the internet, walking around and scratching my ass. And Christopher Walken wouldn't even know what to do if he had an ass itch like this. All right, so let's get over to these drums. Let's first just see if this works, first of all. Okay, because I really wanted to write a new song on the drums. And with this song, though, you don't have to really write a new song at all. And this song's cool. It's Sheldon the Wonder Snail. But the idea I have already for the drums for this song doesn't match the idea that I'm gonna play right now. So, but I want to see if the idea that I'm gonna play right now will match this particular. So it's kind of like a live learn. Essentially, I essentialize with you. Hello. So we've got all the mics. Boom. As you can see, looking at my mix window here, I've got all the mics. I haven't even labeled the tracks yet, guys. Terrible. I'm so terrible. Terrible. But, for the sake of I know what the fuck I'm doing, and I know where everything is, we can label it later. It's not like I'm going to be confused. And there we go. We're good. Okay, so we got the headphones set up. Just got to make sure over here I set up my headphone. Oh, you can't really see exactly where I'm connecting these, but I can show you there. There you go. Here's my headphone amp, and all these little different things are going into the different headphones. So I just connected to my main. I actually have to get a new connector for my Dangerous monitor. I broke the connector off a month ago, and I just kind of have that extender there, and it's, as long as it's not moving, it's fine, but I really got to go get that fixed. And this is the one thing I can't fix, because I never have soldered to a circuit board before. Kind of freaks me out. Because I'm like I can build cables, I can do all those things, but when it comes to soldering fucking onto a circuit board, that's where I kind of poop my pants a little bit. So don't want to poop my pants and ruin a Dangerous monitor mixer. The thing about that monitor mixer too, that's kind of annoying to me, is it's expensive, right? But the front end is super fucking cheap, guys. It's super. The knobs are super cheap. The remote is what you're going to use. I wish the remote had a headphone knob to adjust the levels of my headphones, and that's the Dangerous Monitor Control. If you can see it here, there it is somewhere. If I can maybe pull it a little, there we go. This thing right here, which is my, oh, I just unhooked it. It's connected via Ethernet, which means it's completely, so Ethernet, you can only pass 4 analog channels to Ethernet, through Ethernet. That is the specs on an Ethernet, but I'm not certain as to whether this is analog or digital, because it controls so many other parameters, and I'm not certain whether it can be both. You know, if you're not using all the 4, because there's 3 speakers I can essentially have set up on this, and right now I only have 2 plus a sub. Only 1 sub. I used to have 2 subs. I used to have my KRK Rocket. It was like a 10-inch subwoofer. Really, no. It's not a accurate representation of the range. It actually doesn't go past or below 20 hertz, and the JBL subs, especially the one that you get with these 6332 speakers, it's a beast. So I'm using that as my general sub. What was that? I heard a dog. Did I hear a doggy? Hi, doggies. Hi. Doggies. Whoa. And there they go, right up there to go rub their booties all over my couch. That's what this couch was for. Thank you, Wayfair, for that. Yeah, so, okay, so we got that set up. Now let's bring this over. This is taking a little bit longer than normal, but hell, it's Saturday. It's a lazy Saturday. Not lazy in the sense that we're going to be lazy. It's just got a little bit of a late start this morning, which I'm not taking back at all, because it was really just family time. And I love family time. Okay, I mean, I hear you. I hear you. Wow. What's up? What's going on? I can't have you singing right now while I'm playing. You got to go over there. You need to go potty? I found those too. Okay. Reggie hates drums, by the way. Emmett likes drums. He's good. He's good with the drums. He will sit here and listen. Sometimes you hear him like cough or sneeze, especially when you're recording. That could be kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. But I love him. I love him. All right. So let's go check out what we're doing over here with the drums, huh? Let's go see how these drums are going to sound with this song. And we can definitely control everything. Oh, bother. Okay. It seems like my advanced seam switcher. Let's try this again. Log to drums. Seems like my advanced seam switcher is not activated, probably. That's probably what it is. So let's give it a look real quick. Okay, let's see what happens when I connect it again. So log to drums. See what happens here. Maybe I don't have it set up. Let's turn off that. All right, Emmett, if you're going to be making noise here, I can't have you, bud. I can't have it. let's see here. Making sure advanced scene switcher activated. Sometimes I guess it doesn't activate, but oops. We shall check this out. Okay. It's active. Yeah, okay, I don't think we're gonna have to tell you to go, buddy. So we can't have you doing that. It's active. Let's just make sure the sequence is. Oh, mother. Okay. Not cool. So when I deleted I got to reset up my advanced scene switcher. Okay, fine. We'll make do with just doing the drums like that. Okay, I'll be right over to the drums and we'll play. Yep. Sorry, if you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go, you can go. Yeah, that was weird. The advanced scene switcher, when I fixed, obviously, my problem with my scenes, we ended up having issues with the advanced scene switcher now. I got to reset that up. That's a bummer. Total fucking bummer. Okay. But whatever. This is about growing together, guys. We're all growing here. Yeah, if you guys don't want to hang out, Emmett and Reg, then you can definitely go to your room. All right. That's beautiful right there. Okay. So, let's get these drums going. Let's see if this even works. It might not even work at all. Like it might just not work. The idea that I want, you know? So let's see. Oh man, the dogs. Well, I'm not recording yet, so dogs are fine. But if they continue to make these noises, then I might have to, I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys suggest? We get rid of the dogs? Could be. Okay. Headphones / no glasses. No glasses. It just I'm not gonna nerd out. Oh boy, Emmett, you hear this? You hear these dogs right now? He's like crying. He like wants out. Oh boy. Sorry about that. All right. Got the radio mic off. How's that sound, by the way? Everybody okay with that? So I wanted to do like a... How's that sound on your end? It is a little loud in my headset, for sure. So I'm going to make some adjustments. This is why I need an AI. I need a fucking robot over there. You know, or another human being, but... just turn the volume down on my headset. Alright. Just gonna... By the way, the kick drum is a little odd. Hey, the dogs! Hey, don't bite my face off, huh? Hey, you. Hey, whoa. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop eating his armpit, Reggie. Reggie eats armpits when he gets mad. He's flossing. He gets jealous, so he starts eating armpits. Weirdo. So weird. Look I'm already hidden. If you look at, oh, you can't see what I'm saying, but look at these orange lights here. This is an analog summing mixer, and I by default, I have it connected already, even though I'm not mixing right now, because I want to hear as loud as I can go when I'm recording. So this gives me an indication of how loud I can go in the analog realm. Doesn't matter if I'm clipping in the box at all, okay? If you could see here, I'm clipping all over the place. Look at those red lines, right? I'm going over by like, fuck, I don't even know what that means. 205 decibels over, is that what that means? I guess. I can't hear a clip. It's what the analog world is telling me. And then when I'm bringing that back in, that's when I have to worry about clipping. So I'm not bringing it in too loud. It's pretty much -6 right now, I think. Yep, -6. Okay, so we're good. That's where you want to be. Okay, we just got to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with these drums. And I want to do some drums, but you hear that? I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna just keep that rolling and keep it rolling and then see what. Everything's on outputs 1 and 2. Just make sure. We don't even have a bus set up for this yet. We could set up a bus. Let's just do a real quick bus setup, okay? Because that also gives me a nice little indication. So we'll put these, add a bus for selected channels, and then the bass. The basses 7 and 8. We'll add a bus for those. Okay, for now, just do 2. Well, we could add another bus to add some reverb. I know you guys aren't familiar. A lot of you guys will use Ableton and slam the reverb right on the track, which is a big no-no. And it really is a big no-no. If you slam a reverb right on the track, you're going to be taking up so much CPU. It's better, even in Ableton, you can do this, okay? You can send it somehow, like make an auxiliary track, as they call them, and you could send it that way to one reverb, right? If you have one reverb on like a return track, like an effects track, and then you return it back. I don't know how many returns you can do in Ableton, but if you just put a reverb on every single track, you're going to be burning through a lot of CPU, a lot of RAM. It's not worth it. So that's why, for example, I'll just throw in a stock reverb here. We have the best reverb, if you're gonna, in my opinion, if you're gonna go reverb, is Altiverb 7. It's amazing. It's extremely powerful and RAM consuming. So we're not gonna use that right now. Okay, we're just gonna go with the stock reverb, which many songs that I've written just use stock reverb, and we'll just default. We won't do anything. We'll do concert hall for now. Sometimes I like to build my own reverbs. Let's just look and see what the length is. It's a good length for a reverb, 1.48 seconds. That's basically the decay of the reverb. And that's why I use stock reverbs for now, because they're less taxing on the CPU. And Studio One has really good stock EQs, stock reverb, stock compressors, bus compressors. Actually really useful, and I use them all the time. I use the UAD stuff only when I'm looking for a certain flavor in my reverbs. If I want like a Neve sound, I'll throw a Neve on a bus. But I used to like just throw everything on. I used to just throw everything on what's it called? Where was I? I lost track of thought. Anyways, all right. We're good on sound. Let's check this out. Ah, can the time of my life. Look at this guy. They don't not want to be in here right now. They want to be outside running around. Well, let's give them a minute. Let's get to the drums here. I think we've got the sound. We just need to check and see if this is the drum sound I want, you know? And 9 times out of 10, it's not. And this is a grueling process. But in any case, I just might not, you know, keep this sound. As you can see on my I'm using, oh, you can't see the hi-hats right now. They're a little low on the, I can adjust the camera just slightly so you can see my hi-hats. I have some Greek worry beads, or they call them komboloi. Like right there. Let's see if I can just give it a little tilt. There we go. Just a hint. There we go. That's perfect. Thanks. You're welcome. Good. All right. Now let's see what we got here. All right. Hello. Welcome to the drum area. I'm going to turn off my radio mic now. Radio mic is off because I notice really nasty sounds come when I don't turn that off. Okay, so let's go back to my channels here. I've got my iPad. This is a first generation iPad. You can buy them for like $100 or less, used, even less than $100, $70, some cases. And it's great because it still can control Studio One remotely. Unlike the Elgato mobile application that can control the Elgato Stream Deck remotely, you have to pay you have to pay a subscription for the Elgato mobile app, which is so stupid, Elgato. That's one company that has rubbed me wrong. They didn't do anything to me. It's just the materials, the equipment they have, and them wanting a little too much. Wow, Emmett. Wow. We are going to let you out of here in a minute, okay? All right, let's just try this real quick and see where we're at. As you can tell, major disclaimer here, major disclaimer, I am not a fucking drummer. I thought you didn't know that, but I'm a songwriter. So I pull shit out of my ass when it comes to drums. And I practice forever this specific song. But I mean, I'm really good at hitting the hi-hats. I'm like, you know, but I'm really sucky at filling in these toms. Okay. And I think the snare needs a little, this is it, going back and forth and back, coming and going and going and coming, and always too soon. Oh, okay. Emmett, you're getting on my nerves, buddy. Okay? This is a recording environment here, buddy. He does not hear me. All right. Not only that, we got to put some reverb on the snare. That's what our whole intention was. So we go here. Oh my goodness. Oh, really? You're good? Okay. Okay, so right here, this is what I'm talking about with reverb. Audio destinations, reverb bus. Okay? Now my snare has reverb. How much of it do I want to have? Not so much. But I like putting reverb on the snare compared to everything else. And look, as you can see, these are my, I could show you the outputs too. It's going out of outputs 1 and 2, but obviously I go all the way to 15 and 16. 15 and 16 is my return, so we don't have feedback loops when I'm in a mixing environment. And right now we're not in a mixing environment. We are just chilling. By the way, If you haven't given me a follow yet, right there, guys, 33 out of 50. 33 out of 50. Right is left, left is right. Right there, okay? I need to get my 50. I need my 50. I need it. I need it so I can be an affiliate and I can continue this stream. Because if a year from now I don't have 50, I'll probably cry and probably not stream anymore, because then I know that this just isn't worth it. But that's bullshit. I'll probably keep doing it because I just like doing it. And then I can just take the clips and, you put them on some other site, and it's a good way of it's a good repository for all my data. The video footage, I don't want to store it on my computer. And for Twitch, they get rid of it within 7 days if you're not an affiliate yet. So I'm streaming to YouTube at the same time right now. And YouTube don't give a fuck. It's just holding everything. It's like, here, we're a big company. You know what I'm saying? I know Twitch is a big company, but not as big as YouTube, obviously. It's, Google, right? Twitch is Amazon, right? But I think they're having issues. Just recently, they changed their policy. And back a few months ago, I still had, videos would be on there for, I think, a maximum of 60 days. Then they'd get deleted if you're not a certain status or whatever. But YouTube don't discriminate, just keeps them up, and you can. So basically, YouTube is kind of like the place where everything's being kept until YouTube figures it out and says, "Damn, man, we're burning through servers and servers off all this wasted data," which is probably not really good for the environment. They should start putting these servers in space. They don't need the fans and stuff to keep them cool when they're in space. That's what's going to happen, guys, by the way. They're going to start doing labs in space. They already started. But there's a RAND report. If you guys are familiar with the RAND Corporation, they did a whole analysis of what's to come and the jobs that are going to be coming. And it's all going to be fueled by working in outer space. Like literally labs that would require certain temperatures, and temperatures require, especially really cold environments that you have to keep cold. They require a lot of, like a radiator for a car or like a radiator for a refrigerator. That thing is hot, right? A refrigerator produces a lot of heat to keep the inside cold, And so space might eliminate that, because space is so cold. That it might help improve the efficiency of certain machinery being in that type of environment. That's just my theory on that. But once we start getting all those servers in space to where they can fall on top of our heads when they enter actually, if they were to go in space and they fall through the atmosphere, they just burn up, so we're fine. But a lot of space junk out there. I don't want to create more space junk, but we've got a lot of junk down here on Earth too. We just don't want to have too much junk, because then we want to go explore space. You can't explore space if you don't have a clear path and a perfect weather and all that stuff to launch out of the atmosphere. And when you're launching out of the atmosphere and you're, bumping into, like junk that many countries that are with spacefaring technology have been putting out there, there's lots of junk out there. It's like crazy amounts of junk. It's not like the movie Gravity either. That movie is completely false. The way the physics about how they're spinning and the physics of the whole movie was a physics blunder. Okay, it was not accurate at all. And a lot of physics, a lot of astrophysicists, a lot of cosmologists and quantum physicists, quantum mechanics, all that stuff. A lot of those people who are intellectuals in that area said this is not possible, guys. Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, you are cool as fuck, but the movie was cool too, actually. I saw it in the theater. It was actually cool, but it was not accurate. Just like Jaws, not accurate. There ain't no sharks that are going out eating people by the numbers. Sharks hate the taste of humans. That's why they only bite you, and then they don't eat you. You ever hear of a shark really eating you? Me, not me, but you know what I mean? Like you, but somebody. Do sharks eat them? Like, honestly, do sharks eat people? No, they don't. Just like bees don't sting us, spiders don't bite. You know how you get a spider bite? You smush a spider with your bare feet or your hands. That's how you get bit by a spider. Ain't no spider going to come up and you go, no way. They just want to chill, man. They want to go kill an insect. That's what they want. They want to kill bugs. Okay? Just killing some bugs, sir. Anyways, let's get over to these drums. Let's shake our booty a little bit. Get the wiggles out, as I tell my children. Get the wiggles out. Dance the wiggles out. Okay? And now, let's get over these drums. Huh? We got some reverb on the drums. We got our pets' heads falling off. Are you guys going to be okay? These guys, these dogs. Do you want to play the drums, Emmett? Is that what it is? You want to play the motherfucking drums? This motherfucker wants to play the motherfucking drums. Motherfucker. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Okay. Any new chats coming in? What do we got? Nope, no new chats. Okay. Take a sip of coffee. I don't know where I'm going with this song, but I hear you, Emmett. I hear you. Let's go to this loop. Should we just do a song with that? All right, so I agree. Overheads are a little hot. Overheads are a little too loud for my taste. So now we got to go back over here. This is where I need the robot, guys. I need a robot. And these dogs I got to go. These dogs got to go. Come on, doggies. Should we put you guys in the backyard or something? Backyard, these dogs? Okay. Dogs are just being a little too loud right now. They don't want to be in here. And I think my overheads are hint too loud. Not for the world, but yeah, they are. They are too loud. Let's go down a notch. And let's even bring the trim down a little bit in unison. Let's do everything even. But the overheads are just a hint too loud. They're a bit overpowering. And these dogs, you guys want to go outside? Come on. Let's go outside. Dogs are outside playing in the backyard doing their thing. Okay. Sad that they can't be with us, but they're being a little loud. And they don't want to be in here anyway, you know? It's dark in here. I get it. You know? It's dark. So, I don't know if the drums... You know what? Let's keep the drums simple. But I got to really decide whether I want to use drums on the... I definitely going to have drums on the song, but I don't know if I'm going to have the hi-hat tickle. I call that the hi-hat tickle. I'm essentially tickling the hi-hat. Hey, if you haven't given a follow yet, by the way, I need to get up to 50, so go ahead and give me a follow before you leave the stream, or even right now. and it will help me a lot, help me grow as a streamer. It'll help me know and whether people like me or not. But this is the only stream of its kind. I've looked, I don't know if you guys can recommend, anybody has recommendations about streams that operate like mine, where you are in the analog domain, you're walking around a fucking, this is all green screen, by the way. It's not real, okay? I can walk into it. The tech is that fucking good these days. So I'm walking into it. But it would help a lot if you gave me a follow as soon as possible. It will surge in dopamine levels. Okay, I need it. You know, some people don't need it. They're already good to go. They don't need that dopamine. I need it. I need a little bit more. Okay, it's like a natural pill. I don't want to go take pills to increase my dopamine levels. And I want the dopamine to exist this way. So we recorded those drums. Let's not record them, right? We had a simple recording of those going on. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Let's get back over to the drums and now that the dogs are out of the picture for now. I love the dogs, but you can't have the dogs crying while you're doing a recording session. Just, any other person would be kicked out of the studio for doing that. No crying. No crying in the studio unless you're singing and you cry while you're singing. Okay. Let's see how this reverb. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, let's turn this radio mic off. Default to drum and bass, you know? Here we go. It is such. Oh no. Let's turn off this. Let's turn down the sound for the reverb a little bit. There we go. That's better. Something here. I think we got something, sir. I think we got something. Okay. We are going to. Somebody's like, this guy sucks at drums, and they left. They're like, dude, this guy sucks. Yeah? Oh, boy. Kind of lost like a viewer or so. They're probably like, dude, this guy can't play the drums. I came here for drums. This guy sucks. Oh, God. That person is gaining viewers. They're not stopping anytime soon. Wow. They're from 94. If they aren't done yet, if they are done and they're like, oh, let's look for other streamers. Please be me. Please be me. Oh, my God, that'd be amazing if I got rated right now. Rating. You know what I do when I get rated? I go, raid! Seriously, no, really. I go, raid! Dogs are barking. I can hear them right now. Okay. Armpits are sweating. Good. Good sign. This is a good sign, guys. Got sweaty armpits. Very good sign. Okay? This is good. This is good. We're growing. I'm going to do one more thing also. I usually do this when I'm mixing or recording drums. I'll throw an EQ on stock EQ for now. Okay, on the room microphone here. And I could just, let me label these real quick so you guys can see. This is kick 112. So kick 112, 112 means that it's the name of the mic. That way I know what is going to be phantom powered, what's going to be not. And the 112 is obviously a dynamic, same with the snare. And then overhead 121, or I'm sorry, 184 left, and overhead 184 right. It's always good to label your tracks with the microphone that you're using. Room, you can just go the room 440, and boom, that's just gonna let me know. And right here is, this is bass. I think this is bass Mesa. Bass Mesa. That's the Mesa DI box. So terrible at fucking typing. Even throughout college, I was like, how the hell? Okay, there. And so we got the sounds, we got everything that we have, and I'm gonna redo the bass to this, obviously, but we have a good loop here, just this little area. So I'm just gonna, let's see, did it stop just abruptly? Let's listen real quick. Default goes to the caps lock button. But let's do this. This is old school. Let's see. Old school here. Sounds kind of Green Day-ish. Definitely going to re-record the bass, so I just want to get some drums down today and not have to worry about much. And I could just loop this, like, this was what was cool with Ableton, is you could just do a session view of this. I believe you can do this in Studio One too. There's a technique to do, but for all intents and purposes, I like to visualize everything. I'm kind of old school like that, but cool. Sounds good. It's a good loop. Now, there's a way of doing this where I can loop it and not have to paste so many tracks. But for me, I'm old school in that way. In that way, I like to really visualize what I'm doing. And so it really helps me to visualize things, you know. But let's see. This is already at 4 minutes. Song's not going to go over 4 minutes, so let's keep it there. And then let's just fade it out here. We're definitely going to re-record the bass. But I want it to fade out so I know. Okay, so just doing that. And then we can do several takes of this, but let's just get a general idea of what we want to do with this, because I don't even know what I'm doing yet with the drums on this song. And I don't know if it's going to be today where we record it, but I do know that I want some fills in here. I want some like actual fills. By the way, if you haven't given a follow yet, please do so now. Give me a follow if you like what you're seeing here. It's about growing, guys. It's not really about, it's about the chat. I really like chatting. So it's about chatting. It's not really about performing covers for you so you can hear nice covers and stuff like that. No, this is raw. This is fucking. We're in the thick of it. We're in the studio. We're writing music. We're coming up with ideas. We're trying things out. Things might not work sometimes. I might suck at the drums in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, it clicks in my head. Oh, boom! This is what we're gonna do with the drums. You know what I mean? So first step is getting a drum groove. Second is listening to the groove and seeing if it sounds good, if my preamp levels are good. But I generally have to record that first. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to record everything, okay? And there's a way of doing this with Studio One where I do, for example, this technique here or this method takes on layers. I generally don't like to use this function. Logic has it, and for me, I wish it was a actual scratch pad like feature, where instead of the scratch pad to me is kind of useless, but some people use it. So there's a little space right here that can include takes on layers. Okay, so just like a scratch pad, but it takes on layers. And that way I can look at scratch pad 1, for example. Well, I can, right here, it will be layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. And I can look at it. My eyes just work better when it's like horizontal. It's like reading a book. It's like everything works better from left to right for me. You know, it makes my life easier. When I start seeing takes below here, it's like makes sense, especially if you're going to like quickly sub in one, substitute one part of a take to your main takes here. You could substitute many takes that are recorded below this, right? So takes on layers means I record and then I press record again and it drops the old recording to another layer. It just gets a little confusing and almost it's just like, it's painful. It really is, having to like sift through all the different layers. When it's to the right of me and I see it as in such a way like the scratch pad, I have more of a visual representation of what that take is for that particular set. And then I can just move it over, or I can, sub it in some way. I hope Studio One does this with their updates, or with Studio One 7 or whatever it is. I hope it's not in Studio One 7. I hope they update it in the 6 version. And there hasn't been any, as far as I understand, or seen, any real talk about this. But Studio One updates its app. Unlike Pro Tools, Studio One is extremely responsive. Unlike pretty much every other DAW, Studio One is the only DAW I know of that will respond to the user's demands. So if the users are having an issue and it's seen across the board, people vote on those issues in their FAQ page. If you go on PreSonus's website, or you can even Google and then PreSonus blah blah blah, and they'll have a whole forum about the particular problem you're interested in. And it's most likely, if it's a problem that you have, somebody else has had it, and you can see that it exists in a forum. You can vote on it if you're a user or logged in and register with Studio One. And you can, if it gets so many votes, they end up updating the program, the DAW, to fit. They respond so quickly to the needs of the consumers, and they make your life really easier. I mean, same with the remote app. It's free. They know it's going to help you. It's a perk with the DAW, so they give you a free app for your iPad to control Studio One remotely. I didn't have to pay for this. Elgato, their Stream Deck mobile app is so much less advanced than Studio One's remote app. Studio One's remote app is free for all Studio One users. Elgato's Stream Deck mobile app is not free. You have to subscribe, which will end up costing you more than the device itself over a few years. So it's a real sneaky way of screwing over and trying to extort their consumers, which I think is not cool. Like, they already got in trouble for the free, it was like a 3-day trial. And people are like, 3 days? You're only giving me 3 days to test out the mobile app? That's not enough time. And then they extended it to 30 days. And then on the mobile app, it says manage your subscription. And they did this on purpose. They lead you to a page that does not function when you press that manage subscription, which it shouldn't even be there. But they do it on purpose. It's really, really, really dishonest in my opinion. It ain't cool. It's not showing any sort of respect or loyalty to their customers, the people that have bought a lot of gear from them already, like the Keylight, like the Stream Deck, and many other things that they make. The mobile application could be totally free, and it could be a good perk for those who buy the Stream Deck XL, or anything higher than that, right? But it just doesn't make sense that they charge a subscription for that. I mean, Studio One, they have Studio One Sphere, which is a paid subscription. You get Studio One plus all the sounds. It's all in the cloud, and that's really cool for those who don't want to pay for the whole program all at once, which I do. I find just buying the whole program and upgrading as I go is a lot better for me, because I don't really like Studio One's stock sound libraries that much. I actually think Ableton has the best stock sounds out of any DAW that exist. Ableton is the best in terms of stock sounds. They've got really good sounds, just stock. I mean, you can purchase the packs and stuff, and they can get a little pricey, but still they have really good sounds. I hope Ableton's not going out of business. I don't know if I'm spreading rumors here, but all the major retailers stopped carrying Ableton's DAW and Push and all those things, and now you're starting to see the Push available on Reverb because it's out of stock, and it just makes me think that Ableton either is going to get bought out by private equity or something. It's just making me wonder what's going on with Ableton. Why aren't the retailers selling them? And I know if I was a company like Ableton, I wouldn't want my distribution to be solely it's like they went from being a small company to not being available on major retailers to a big company being available on major retailers. Now they're back to just being the company not available on any major retailer like Sweetwater websites, so something's going on there. There's some kind of balance shifting, some kind of paradigm shift. I don't know. I hope Ableton's around. I'm probably just guessing that they're just having staffing issues or whatnot. But I remember when I first used Ableton, it was when it first came out, and I would call for, technical support, and the owner was the guy who was your customer service. He was the guy talking to you. He's so nice too, talking to you about what to do and how to do this and how to do that. And you were directly talking to the owner. That's how small of a company Ableton was back in the days. And now Bitwig is out. Bitwig is MPE compatible. I don't know if Ableton has gone up to be compatible with MPE. I know Studio One is now. There was a lot of forum chatting about MPE compatibility in Studio One because, for example, if I wanted to use the Roly, which I used to have a Roly, love the sounds that machine creates, don't like the machine very much because of one simple thing that they should have not put in there was the lithium-ion battery. Why does that thing need a lithium-ion battery? I am not certain why. It's a lot of space that could be reserved for other tech and other connectors. You could have multiple connections or MIDI clock, whatever, CV connections that can go into, come from another analog device, whatever. Roly, once you put that thing away, that's what happened to me and many others who complained. It stops working. You have to have it plugged in all the time. It has to be plugged in. Now, for somebody like me who uses it and then, let's put it away for now, keep it in its case so it doesn't get dusty and ruined while we're not using it. I like to take care of my gear. And with Roly, that's just simply not possible with the Seaboard, the 49. So you leave that thing sitting in a closet in its case for too long, you pull it out, it's not working. The lithium-ion battery completely drains. And then they wanted me to fix the problem. They were like, here's the part, it'll cost you this much money. it took them over a year to even respond to me and Sweetwater. Sweetwater's trying to get a hold of them, and they just couldn't. They couldn't. It was during the pandemic, so I know there was a silicone manufacturing problem. Not that there's a shortage of most abundant resource on Earth, which silicone is. It was the fact that, and lithium, another abundant resource. The problem is their manufacturing silicone was maybe manufacturing had slow due to the pandemic and the supply chain hold, and that affected Rolly as well. But a lot of the customers, a lot of the staff from Rolly were working from home, and I don't know if they even were there anymore. They may have gotten let go or fired or given a severance or something, but there was no response at all for many months, and it went all the way to almost a year. And Sweetwater's like, we've been dealing with this, not only with you dealing with it, but other customers of ours. We're going to stop carrying Rolly products. It was because of that. They stopped carrying Rolly products because if they're not responding to Sweetwater, then Sweetwater's not going to mess around. They're just going to stop carrying your products. So that's why Sweetwater's not carrying Rolly products anymore. I love the program. I love MPE. I love the innovation in it and the tech surrounding it. I love the idea of being able to slide your finger across one part of the board and adjusting the pitch or the velocity all in one shot. I loved that about it. I love the pressure. All those things I loved about it. But why put a lithium ion battery when everybody is using a laptop anyway and things can function off USB? Why throw in the lithium ion battery? It was just a very dumb move. It really doesn't make sense. It's like, what do they want? What do they want to do with that space? Oh, we have some more space here. Let's just throw in a lithium ion battery. By the way, if you don't keep it plugged in, the machine completely dies and then it's no longer usable. What a waste of silicone. What a waste of lithium. What a waste, period. And then they wanted me to fix it. That would void my warranty if I were to do any fixing, because Studio One or Sweetwater has a warranty with all the products, and if you start dabbling with it, you void your warranty. So Sweetwater's like, no, don't fix it yourself. You can do one of two things. We can give you a refund for the entire item, and that's what they did. Or and I bought a Roland FA08 88 key. It's not MPE, but it's a fucking beast. I love what you need. If you're gonna have a studio, you need an 88 key keyboard, especially for piano players. They need that full range of keys to function and to get that feel, hammer action, really good feel. I needed something like that. And then I have my Novation launch key, which is great for like organs and pads. It's a really cheap MIDI controller. They don't sell the launch key, the version I have anymore, but it's a fucking great thing. Man, that thing is built to last. I've had it for over 10 years and it still works perfect. So the connectors, everything. Rolly, they wanted to send me, first they wanted to troubleshoot, let's just install a new connector. So I had to open up the machine. Nope, not doing that. Sweetwater would void my warranty and then I'll be able to get the refund that I got. So I didn't go that route. I ended up just returning it. And it's sad because I really was an advocate for that company. But when they're not an advocate for you, just say, Elgato, if you're not advocating for your consumers and the people that are going to come back to you for more, which in the stream sphere is likely with all the new tech coming out, new cameras, new AI features. If we don't get on that AI train, we're just going to fall behind. So Elgato, you're gonna fill in some voids. When you start charging people subscriptions for the mobile app, then you seem kind of like a dick. It's just kind of a dickhead move, really is. By the way, if you guys are new to the stream, please give me a follow. I noticed we got some more traffic coming in, and I'm hoping we can get some raids coming in today from some of these other major streamers that are streaming right now. I'm not going to say they're going to, but from the looks of it, not a lot of music streaming right now. Not a lot of music streamers, just from the looks of it. Even if I browse, I see like DJs and stuff like that, but not a lot of this stuff going on, which is a good thing and is also a bad thing, right? This stream is about entertaining you, chatting with you, talking audio, talking music, talking songwriting, and me going and actually doing it, getting inspired and songwriting, you know? So I love these Saturday mornings where we're doing those things. And we probably are only going to be here for so much longer before we have to cut out and get on with the rest of our day here in the land of music and music creation. Got to get some inspiration. Got to go for my walks. Got to get the sunlight in my eyes. You know, the sunshine on my back is the only kind I want. It's the sunshine. That song by The National. Great song. All right, so we've got this going. We don't need takes on layers activated. Let's just make sure it's not good. And let's put ourselves in a position to get raided. And I'm assuming that if I'm at my drum set pretending to play drums, people will be like, "Oh, that guy's playing drums. Let's go raid him. He's a musician." Blah blah blah. So let's try it. Let's see if it works. Who knows? May work, may not. It's always good to try. Try. If you try new foods, then they might taste good. What you got on Daniel Tiger? What you got on Daniel Tiger? No, really. What you got on Daniel Tiger? Ah. I love doing that. All right, let's cut over to these drums, guys. And let's get Studio One set up for this. This is going to be fun. You know, we could also... This is 4 minutes. Let's just duplicate and bring it over. What I'm doing is I could just loop it and do all that stuff. Let's take off the ruler so we know the song's 4 minutes. Let's just go, it's 1 bar up. Oh, let's snap it. Oh, snap. And let's do just one more of those. Of course. All right. We'll just do 3 4-minute takes just to get ideas. Today's definitely not going to be the day we figure this out drum-wise. But we're trying to get ideas here. This is just letting the juices flow and getting the ideas out. All right. So let's get over to these drums. Let's see if my log to drum advanced scene switchers. Well, it's not working good. Good luck. I'll be back later. All right, Laggy Haggy. I'll be getting out of here soon. We're gonna hit these drums up, but thanks for chatting. Thanks for watching. Wow, is that a cone head? Looks like a cone head. We are from France. That movie was not funny when I was a kid. But now, like my son, we've seen like previews of it, you know, because when you're movie searching, he's like, "That movie looks funny. I want to watch it." I'm like, "Oh man, that movie was so not funny when I was a kid." We are from France, but it's probably funny now if I watch it over again, especially with your kids, you know. Like Sonic the Hedgehog, I didn't want to watch that movie at all. I was like, when it came out, I was like, stupid. And I was like, Jim Carrey, what the fuck, man? After Jim Carrey was in Batman, when he was the Riddler, I was like, fuck you, Jim Carrey. You know? And then but I'm back. I like you, Jim. Not hating on Jim. He made like especially Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Minds. Boo, that movie blew me away. And then the 2021, I think that was called, or 27. That was all right. He got a little serious. Truman Show, God, I love that movie. Okay, that was an eye-opener. Truman Show came out around the same time The Matrix did. So there was this whole like you're being watched, real is not real type of movement going on with movies, and The Matrix kind of actually it might have been this movie. It was a independent film called Existence, and it was like weird. You had this like biological like thing that you would implant in you. It was gross, and you would have to. It would like plug into your spinal cord, and then you'd enter a new reality and all that stuff. And it was, I think, around the same time as it may have came out before or after The Matrix. I don't know. But Matrix I saw in the theater when that first came out, and that movie blew me away. I'm like a fan forever. I'm a forever Matrix fan. And even the new one, when they came out, the new one, it didn't resonate like the old ones, but I got to watch it again because it was late when I watched it that one time. But yeah, the new one was still good, but yeah, nothing beats this. The first one was great, but even this third one was fine, but the second one was what blew me away the most, because when he starts talking to the architect, I was like, what? I was pretty stoned probably. When back in those days, especially, like I remember watching that part, Christopher walking it. I remember watching that, and I was like, whoa, just listening to the architect talk, and I was like following it, and I was like, wow, this is the 7th version of the Matrix. Wow, there was many Neos beforehand, and it just didn't work. The algorithm didn't accept like a perfect world, so you needed somebody like Neo to basically, he was the free radical, the artifact that needed to be controlled. And it was just an really interesting take on stuff. And now any movies that try to really even come close to that haven't. Still to this day, other than like other dimension stuff, like the TV show or on Amazon Prime called The Expanse. That was really good. It was one of my favorite sci-fis. There's a book on it too, but I've only seen the show. And I remember like they're entering another dimension. They built this thing called a ring or something. It was like a portal. And on the outside, you just see the ship freeze. But from their perspective, they're already inside of it, which means they are in some kind of a black hole or wormhole. And that is totally accurate. From a physics standpoint, if you were the observer looking at a ship, for example, going into a black hole or a wormhole, you would never see the ship enter the event horizon. You would never see the ship go past the event horizon. It would take infinite amount of time for you to witness the ship because of time dilation. So from the observer, all you would see is the ship freeze right outside the event horizon. That's all you would see. Literally, it freeze. Meanwhile, the ship is well beyond the event horizon and into another, in another dimension, right? So that was accurate. I was like, why is the ship showing to be frozen? And then, yeah, Leonard Susskind and Kip Thorne, all those guys were like, yeah, this is right, man, and this is pretty accurate. And even Interstellar, the black hole, the accretion disk with all the light surrounding it outside the event horizon, that was the most accurate depiction of a black hole to date. Kip Thorne obviously worked as a consultant on that film. Just blows my mind, though, how what is real? A real is just fluctuations in a quantum field, and we're that superposition of those fluctuations. This is insane, right? Any particle, anything with mass, so far, from what my understanding is that it's just fluctuations in quantum fields interacting with one another. We got the Higgs field, we got the boson, we got the photon electromagnetic field, we got the electron field, we've got the quark field, up quark, down quark, all sorts of crazy stuff that makes matter happen. And as a musician, I'm constantly thinking about this because everything is oscillations when you're musicians. Everything is sound waves and stuff like that. Everything. And so that just fascinates me when a guitar, like string theory, it just took us that much closer to understanding oscillations in a field, which I don't know about string theory in terms of just individual strings being everywhere. I'm more with the quantum fields and string theory being the strings being those fields that are oscillating. And when the field is at zero, it's at a zero energy state. And then when it starts fluctuating like a wave, anything greater than 1, or I think greater, anything less than 0.5 or more than 0.5 constitutes a particle or whatever. It's crazy, just crazy, like thinking of it and how they interact and how they're everywhere and how they're just going through us, neutrinos and whatnot. It's just stuff I really like to talk about. So when I'm not doing this stuff, we're talking about that stuff, okay? And it really gets me inspired to get into the groove. And today's just a live learn, getting the drums down. I think I want to try this, but I wanted to try a song also where I'm just so I don't think I'm going to do the hi-hat thing for this song. I think I was really digging the tom. Yeah, let's try it. Let's not sing it. Let's try it. Try. All right, let's get back over to these drums. I can't press my advanced scene switcher here because it's not, for some reason, it deactivated all the scenes that I had saved in there and programmed. I got to go back to that later on, maybe tonight, and get that all arranged. Sorry about that. All right, Hagrid. All right, my radio mic is on, but I'm turning it off now. Fucking gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was terrible. But at least I get to listen to it and get an idea of what the fuck I just did. But it did have something. Didn't have nothing. It had something. So might have to end up taking a break here in a minute. Did have something though. We did have something there. I want to give it a listen and see what I did. We only did one take, as you can see. This song's gonna be, and I don't even know. Like, there's got to be like it's just a normal bridge or some kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean? Or not. It could be just a simple Sheldon, just a quick fucking song. Wonder Snell. He's such a wonder Snell. Oh, Mr. Sheldon's always on the go. That's gonna be cool doing lyrics too, though. I'm gonna have so much fun singing to this, though. I love this. It's Sheldon the Wonder Snail. Come on, who writes a song about snails? Yeah. No, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Oh, 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 oh. Let's try. Let's give it a listen real quick, and I'm gonna put my studio monitors on, so I can get a real good, accurate depiction. If any of you are curious of what monitors I'm using JBL 308s. Those are my mains. I use JBL 6332s. Those are my detail mixing. I use them rare, like not rarely, but I use the 308s even though they're old and they're a lot cheaper than the 6332s. They don't make the 6332s anymore. They've been discontinued. I don't know why, because they're amazing speakers. I think it's because they're fucking heavy. That's one of the reasons. They're just really heavy, and the market really they were the idea was put out, and then JBL was bought out by was from my like the hometown of Northridge, LA County. JBL was out there, still out there, but they got bought out by Samsung. Samsung now owns JBL, AKG, MXL, Marshall. Samsung is a great company. Korean company. The thing is they got bought out. JBL got bought out, and I don't know if a private equity bought them before they switched to Samsung. If there were some chunks or agreements taken saying, "Hey, you guys, these 6332s, they're just not marketable speakers. They're too expensive, and they're the components, are not cheap, right?" So maybe that's what they were thinking in terms of like, look, we're trying to sell to the home studios now. AKG even went that route. Like AKG started making earbuds for the Samsung phones, for example, and the Galaxies and stuff like that. So they really cut their costs, which lets me believe that maybe private equity had a hand in the fall of JBL. I hope JBL reorganizes and becomes its own company again. Same with Marshall. Just their material, the amplifiers are not as good anymore. They try to boast that they're better, but they're not. Nothing's better than the old school Marshalls, So that's what happens when you want to cut costs. That's why companies like Burl are the companies they are. They're owned and operated by one person, and that one person has complete control over his product, and he chooses the components. It's not a cost-effective. It's not meant to be cost. It's meant to be high-quality gear, and that's it. It's gear, high-quality outboard gear, and that's what Burl's intentions were when they made that. When they make all their stuff, always high quality, proprietary lines in their transformers, things that companies like Universal Audio and Neve, the new Neves, stuff won't go that route because they're trying to sell to a broader set of consumers. And then there's sort of niche consumers like me who are only going to buy these really good high-end things because they last and they do sound better. That's what happens with these 6332s. I don't know why they were discontinued. My only assumption is they were just too costly to build. And that's probably the only reason why, you know. But the 308s are what I use mostly. These are the Mark 1s. They're not the Mark 2s. I have heard the difference between the twos. I still like the originals better. They might have been built better because that was the first line of the product. They wanted to get people sucked in and get their foot in the door in buying these 308s. But then the Mark IIs, they just look they look a little bit cheaper, the Mark II 308s. And they're shinier. They try to make them shinier so they can look nice and stuff like that. But I have the original 308s, and they're phenomenal. I don't have Yamaha NS10s, and the only reason people use those speakers is, one, they're popular, and two, they're shitty. And if your mix sounds good on a shitty set of speakers, they were basically bookshelf speakers at the time. That's what they were invented for. They weren't invented for studio environments. And then one fella decided to bring them into the studio and listen to a mix on there. And if it sounded good on those speakers, it sounds good on any speaker. That's the whole theory behind the Yamaha NS10, which JBL, the 308s, are like their rivals with the, you know, if you go look at the reviews, they always compare the 308s to the Yamaha NS10. What I like about the 308s is they have a very nice bass frequency response. The 6332 speakers that I have a shorter frequency response, but they don't have a low frequency response. That's where the sub basically comes in. The sub comes in to fill in the rest of the low end, because these are more for details in the low mid to high mid to high range settings. So that's what those speakers were initially. That's why they have the much narrower frequency response than the 308s. But if it sounds good on the 308s, I'm happy. Then I do the whole the AirPod test. If it sounds good in the AirPods, that's another sign that you're getting a good mix. And then if it sounds good in the car, for me, I have a minivan, and if it sounds good in the minivan's a little bit bassier, longer, so sound's gonna travel differently. But my other car, which is a hybrid and it's a little smaller and it's got Bose speakers in it, that's where I love listening to my mixes. It's a smaller car and I can hear things better. But if it sounds good in either car, that's another good sign. And usually I use Sonarworks Reference 4 plugin to get that NS10 frequency, like the response, and it's very linear. So if you look at the Sonarworks plugin, it basically, you calibrate your room speakers and it flattens the curve. It takes out all the bumps. And usually for the most of us, we're gonna have a lot of problems in the low end. I don't care if you have somebody coming in here and doing acoustical work with the panels. The panels are not gonna fix low end reflections or low end absorptions, you know. They're gonna fix reflections from some part of the low mids to all the way up to the 20K or whatever. But low end needs mass or airspace in order to be controlled. And that's basically how bass works, because bass can travel through connections. If there's no decoupling or some kind of decoupling devices like screws that are meant for acoustics to decouple basically structures or from passing the sound wave throughout, you're not going to be able to get rid of the low end. So that's why Sonarworks basically is an EQ. If you're going to break it down, it's an EQ which flattens the response to a linear, right? So you're hearing it flat. And you're mixing in that environment. So if your bass and everything is sounding good in that environment, you turn the plugin off and you listen to it on your regular monitors, and then you bounce it out, but you don't bounce it out with the plugin activated. It's just to reference to see where it sits with your room as you've calibrated it with the Sonarware comes with a microphone, and it's a painstaking process. You got to stand over there. It takes about an hour of your day, and it does a frequency sweep, and you have the microphone positioned. You got to position at one speaker in certain positions, then the other speaker at that same position. Then you got to walk around the room and adjust wherever it wants you, and then the microphone is there, and it does the sweep. And so it's sweeping throughout your whole listening environment. You got to walk around, and it calibrates your listening environment. Every time you move your speakers, you got to recalibrate. So I got to do some recalibration soon, but it's pretty spot on with the 6332s. I don't really have the 308s calibrated anymore. At one point, I had them churn horizontally because I wanted the tweeters to face out and the mid-range or the regular drivers to be on the inside. And that's not the way these speakers were built. They were built to be standing up and down. So I tried the method of having it sideways, and I found that it was just taking up too much space on my console here. So I have them up and down, and they still sound really good, guys. They're really good speakers. But let's just give a listen to what we have. I'm going to turn off my radio mic for a minute so we can listen to what we have here. As you can see, we recorded one take of a 4-minute song, about approximately 145 bars worth of music here. Let's listen. As you can see, all of everything's at unity gain right now. This is a technique I like to do. I like to mix everything or record everything as if I'm already mixing it. So I keep everything at unity gain, and I really want it to sound as close as I can to the mix using the preamps, okay? This could be difficult for some, especially if you're recording in the box and you're not coming out of the box at all into like an analog summing mixer. It can be extremely difficult to get to use your preamps, your analog preamps, at their most potential, because when you're recording in the box, you gotta, keep the drums at certain like -10. It's, background vocals -24, regular vocals and all the other instruments at -12, whatnot. And it's just because the computer doesn't know how to read, it doesn't saturate. Nothing past 0 is existent. Nothing. It's absolute 0 in mathematical terms when you're in the box. There's no going past it. But Burl figured out a way to go past it. And that's probably because of the transformers and something to do with harmonic distortion. Maybe they're reutilizing the harmonic distortion, and I just don't know the science behind it, but I know harmonic distortion has a lot to do with it. And so it's easier for me to drive my preamps, and I'm looking at the preamps. Am I hitting the preamps as hard as I can for certain things like the kick drum or whatnot, or the snare? Am I using it to get that crack and that punchiness of the snare? Am I hitting the preamps hard enough? And when you're recording in the box, it really makes it difficult to do that. It really does. It makes it difficult to get your preamps, use them to their full potential. I'm not saying that it can't be done, and I'm not saying that you can't go past the recommended levels, but it just makes it easier. And Studio One also has a really cool console-like feature with their every DAW, believe it or not, may sound differently. Like Pro Tools has more of a sterile sound than any other DAW, and it's Pro Tools. I used to use it. It's very sterile, and it kills my creativity. When I was writing music on Pro Tools, I was probably writing my worst stuff on when I was using because Pro Tools is just so boring, just the looks and the layout. Ableton and Studio One really gets your creative juices flowing, and that's why I chose those DAWs over Pro Tools. But yeah, I couldn't stand it anymore. The sterile mixing environment and tracking environment that Pro Tools brings, that whole industry standard vibe, which means, like the Disneyfication of your gear. It's just got to sound so sterile. Like, remember old Disney movies? Remember the old Disney movies, guys? Remember those? It wasn't sterile. Now you got the new Disney stuff, and it's like straight up marketing madness. They're just selling you shit. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. I was like, wow, dude, all these Disney characters are so computerized compared to the old ones, which they just completely sterilized Disney with the new cartoons and stuff. Kids still love them, but I'll tell you, once I show the kids like Bambi or the old Disney stuff, they're like, whoa. Whoa. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, I think we could go maybe a couple more takes on these drums. We're getting some more music streamers coming in. Looks like they're doing their own thing. So I don't think we're going to get rated. I don't know if we're in a good position to be rated. I'm assuming if we keep it up and keep going, we will be, but let's just find out what's going on. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get one more take in on those drums. And just let's see. What were we trying to go for? Let's see if the preamp levels for this are good. So let's listen real quick. Listen to that. That's just the AAA 440 room mic. It sounds awesome. Just adjusting these levels here. See how this sounds in the rest of the mix. Let's work with that. Okay, let's try that. And let's overheads are good. I don't know why that keeps going up. Let's try this. Okay, let's arm these to the teeth. Ah. Oh. Hell yeah. Smoothie time. Raspberry 50/50. We're going to do one more take and then we are going to shut it down. Okay? I'm going to shut it down after one more take. Because I can only take so much more. Get it? That was a good pun, right? Let's go over to these drums. This is so tasty. I don't know if you guys have a blenders near you, but really good smoothies. All right. So I like the tom groove. You know what I mean? I gotta get my fills in though. Like I really do. Gotta put my headband on here because the headband's what keeps these headsets on. All right. Headband on, headset in place. This will be our last take for the day. Today's just exploring sounds for this new song that we're writing. Sheldon the Wonder Snail. He's such a wonder snail. Uh-oh. That little Sheldon's always on the go. All right. Headband on. Oh my God. You hear that? Okay. So I got my chat here set up. All right. Here we go. You know what else I noticed? I'm not wearing my Uggs. And I played drums better with my Uggs on. They're like the most comfortable thing I've ever worn. But I'm just airing my feet out. My feet just need to be barefoot for a while, you know? Especially when you have a little toe fungus. You want to let the air hit it a little bit. Because I've been wearing Uggs so much that I probably kept my feet too moist, so I'm gonna have to chop my toe off. Oh well. I love Uggs. I can't handle them. Playing drums without them. It feels very weird for me playing drums barefoot. But I know a lot of drummers prefer playing drums barefoot. There's this whole master class I was watching. I forgot the name of the drummer, but she was like, "Yeah, I play barefoot. Try it out." So I did. Let's get rid of those let's move up. I don't want to have to get up from my seat anymore. No, this is to fucking lead it. Deleting that last take real quick. Just a quick delete of this last take real quick. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What am I doing? I'm not in OBS. I keep going to OBS to do the DAW work, and I'm like, dude, OBS is not in control of your DAW. Okay. And I had a monitor on. Woo! That would have been bad. What if I had gotten the take today? What if I had gotten it? You know, because there is a possibility, that's why I'm recording, that we could have it just today, you know? Seems like a real simple groove, you know? All right. It seems like a simple groove, but it definitely isn't. Especially when I start doing the rolls. I'm going to start doing like drum rolls and stuff like that. So if I start going there, I don't know, you know? Elgato, the mobile app, is just taking its sweet time to load. Okay. Okay. Right. Yep. This is a very tedious mobile application that you subscribe $2.99 a month. A waste of money. Waste of money. It doesn't even work properly. Forget that. Forget that company. They suck. Totally suck. It's like, it doesn't make me irate. It just makes me real upset that companies like that want to charge you for substandard gear. It's not good. It's not. The Elgato mobile app sucks. Okay? Totally sucks. Okay. I can't tell you how much it sucks because it sucks. It's just this waste of money. I'm going on a rant here because of you guys. Wait till the internet hears about this one. But yeah, see, I was using the Elgato mobile app to change my position where I am now. It's like I got to get another Stream Deck. But the thing about the Stream Deck is the USB cable that they give you, any longer than that, it won't function. But I could probably get another, like a smaller Stream Deck, and connect it and have one right here for the situation of drums, and just have a Stream Deck right here. It's probably going to be the next bet. But the mobile app fucking sucks. $2.99 a month? That's bullshit. When's it going to be free? Never, because other people already subscribed, and then they'll get mad and they'll want their money back, and there'll be a whole lawsuit. So they might as well just fucking end it and tell people, here, instead you can purchase it. For those who already subscribe, you only owe this much more on it, and that's it, and we'll clean slate. That's what they can do. But I don't want to use my mobile phone for this. That's just stupid. I'm telling you. Okay. There's my Elgato rant for the day. as you can see, I am not ready to record drums on this song. We're just going to have to keep practicing. And you know what? This is going to be a good opportunity for me to learn tom fills. Because obviously, as you can hear, I'm pretty bad at them. Pretty bad at the tom fills here. But we are going to get there. We are definitely going to get to the tom fills. But I think we've done enough for today. Maybe we'll be back later tonight. Maybe we'll be back Sunday. Or maybe I'm just going to take a day of practice, you know. Just really practice my tom fills. And a lot of it could be positioning of the toms. A lot of it could be technique that I'm just not yet getting down. But let's just give it one more listen and see what, if any, we have to make any adjustments on the preamps or whatnot. So let's give it a listen real quick. I really like the toms here. I really like that. It reminds me of fucking Nirvana for some reason, you know, like old school, like Bleach. Dude, I think, I don't know. Fuck, there it is. That's it. Let's put a marker on that. I'm not going to keep that at all. I'm not going to keep that because it's embarrassing. But that's the groove. I was thinking it was going to be a tom groove. But if I could just keep this going. Yeah, I don't know. We got to still, I got to fill in, but I like that groove. I like that. Let's put a marker track here. Let's add a marker right there. And we're going to call this the groove we want. Ride groove. How about ride groove? Let's do it as a ride groove. For a whole song, really. That's the idea I want to go with this. I want to have that. There's a let's listen to that one more time. That's fucking sick. I kind of want to just do one more fucking take of that. I'll keep this. I want to keep this. Let's throw this all in a scratch pad. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Okay, Ossifer. All right. Let's get rid of that marker. We don't need you no more. And then we can put the arrangement song. We can arrange a song later, but I think that's what I like. It's a very simple fucking groove. Let's just do it one more time, right? One more time before we close out. Or you know what? Let's see. Let me just text. All right. All right, so we'll do one more because that was cool. That really made me excited. I got super excited about that. So I want to try one more time on these drums to do what we need to do, what we came here for. One, two, three, four. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like so like Nirvana too. Not like comparing my drum skills to Dave Grohl or anything. Although if you wanted to fucking come over and teach me stuff, I would totally welcome that. David Grohl, you're always welcome here. I got plenty of booze. I need an assistant. I'm up and down here. I need an assistant. Okay. Should have just armed them from over here. But let's just try this one more time, guys. One more time. Down, 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 down. One more time, we gotta celebrate. Oh yeah, right now. One more time. So it's gonna be like. All right, let's do it. was enough. That was enough. That's not ready. It's not ready yet, but that at least made me feel better a little bit. You know, it made me feel a little bit better. So that's enough for now. We got other things we got to carry on with today. Other client work and stuff that we got to take care of. So we are going to call it. We are going to call it. All right, we're going to call him a little sweaty. Look at that. All right, that's real work right there. Put in some work. You're not working until you're sweating. That's what I always say. Blood, sweat, and tears, boys and girls. So, yeah, I think we got a sound going. That was, let's just give it a listen and see what. I think that's the sound I want. It's just like a simple, like Nirvana style. Okay, I'm comfortable, not with the drums yet, but with the drum tones, I'm good. I'm comfortable with it. With that said, guys, if you haven't given me a follow yet and you liked what you saw here and you like the process of me making music, then let's keep it up. All right. If I am going to come back, I might come back in a little bit today, take a break for a little and then come back. But I kind of want to enjoy the rest of my Saturday and get some sunlight in these eyes. And I might come back this evening. I'm not sure, but you will be notified if you click on the notification button right there. If you don't want to follow me yet, click on click on the notification button to get notified about my next stream or when I'm streaming next. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are my normal streaming days, and Saturday, 8 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's usually about a 2-hour stream. Fridays I'll go into midnight if need be. It depends on really the traffic and all that stuff. But Fridays I will go from 8 p.m. on, or even start earlier. If I can get in here earlier during the week, I will. And if I do want to do some surprise streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will. Saturday mornings I usually reserve for drums, but I can do drums throughout the week, depending on how early I get in here and how much energy I have from, being a dad. Basically, doing the dad thing and taking care of the kids and, taking care of the house. Basically a house husband until it's my turn to come into the studio and work when the wife gets off work. And then we do the shift. We switch shifts and take, everybody takes turns and stuff like that. So I'll come in here and I'll start working on stuff. And this is a fun song. It's going to be real fun once I get the drum grooves down. And I'm almost debating on whether I need to buy new drum pads. I don't know if I want to, because it's like a few hundred right there, just in general. So I don't know, because they're I've been banging on those things for a little while now. So I don't know. The toms and stuff sound good. And the snare, it's always got a cover on it. And I'm not usually banging on it like a heavy metal drummer. So we'll see. But thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, if you like talking and chatting, and I'm very open to that, talking about audio and just really a lot of things in general. Any topic that's going to get the juices flowing, the creative juices flowing. Any topic really, not any topic, but by the way, I don't have any mods yet or any of that. I'm looking into that once I start getting more traffic and more viewership. We will start delegating mods, which I have one or two in mind. So I don't want to say who yet. Just want to, maybe they'll offer their services. I don't know how that works. I really don't. But I really want to get the stream going, and every time we do it, we're getting better and better every time. Like today, we didn't have the radio mic on while we were doing most of our drum stuff. So happy about that. Not so happy about how bad I was at the drums. But hey, I'm a songwriter. I can't stress this enough. I'm a songwriter, okay? I just dabble with everything. I play guitar, I sing, I can at least do those pretty well in terms of rhythm guitar. Not a lead guitarist by any means, so don't expect that from me, but I will play some lead stuff every once in a while. You see those keys, they're always just sitting in the back there, seldom getting used. They get used quite frequently, but ever since I started streaming, I've been kind of gravitating to them less. And there's just going to be a time when I start getting more into that once I get more comfortable with the process and whatnot. But I really enjoyed this morning's stream, and I hope to see you guys again the next stream. So with that said, guys, happy streaming and happy Saturday.